So welcome back to the channel, guys, and in today's video we're going to be doing a tour of the Cavo Maris Beach Hotel here in Protaras in Cyprus. Now before we go into the hotel, I just want to show you the main road. That's a bus actually, and I'll come to that in a second. But there's a nice shop, a big supermarket right outside the hotel, which is really handy. And the buses go back and forwards. There's a bus stop kind of just beyond those trees there, and on the other side it's a little bit further along, but there are good links to sort of up and down the coast. Ayanapa is about 5 or 6 miles that way, and up this way we've got Paralimni on the road up to Famagusta, but you can get buses or taxis whichever way you want. So down here, down this way is kind of the main strip, but this is like a little shop, and then we can go into the hotel itself. So just a basic tour, and it was refurbished recently in the start of 2025, and so a lot of the things are quite new. The beach is right down there, and on the weekends they have like a guy on the gate here, because I think a lot of people from the beach, or people who want to go to the beach, actually try to park inside the hotel, so the guy's there just to make sure that doesn't happen. So what you can do on the right hand side or the left hand side here is hire some bikes. The bikes are 10 euros per day, I believe. That's what we rented them for. Yeah, 10 euros per day, or you can hire them for a bit longer. They're not the best bikes, but they will do a job. I would probably only recommend getting it for a day. So as we come into the reception area, this is kind of like the drop-off area where all the buses and the taxis will stop, let you into the hotel. Nice air-conditioned hotel, so it's a lovely reception area. We'll show you all of that first. So there's like, morning. So that's the reception area right there, always being kept really clean. Over this area is the lift to all of the floors and the rooms, and in there is the restaurant. So inside there's lots of seating areas. There's a quiet lounge in there, and in there is a shop which sells all sorts: sweets, drinks, hats, caps, you name it. Then we'll go out. Then we go out into this outside area. So there's more cooler seating here. But then of course we do go and look at the pool area, which is obviously one of the highlights of every hotel. So let me just give you a quick run around. Main pool, you've got a pool there. That's a kiddies pool. There's another kiddies pool a little bit behind that. This is the main pool, obviously. There's a beach bar there called Serena where you can just swim up to, and it's got like nice little seats. As you can see, a few people are sitting on there. Jacuzzi as well. The jacuzzi is mainly just for adults, but there's always kids in there. The rule is that kids can only go in with adults, but nobody is really policing that, which is a shame. But it's good for kids, I suppose. This is like a restaurant area, so inside there is the restaurant area. And these are some of the pool views. I'll show you the pool views which are right above me as well in a second. Further down there you've got more sun loungers, and then you've got more sun loungers which go onto the beach as well. I'll show you that in a second. There's a Medusa pool bar where they sell ice creams. There's a restaurant there, there's an Italian restaurant behind it, and then there's another restaurant which is like a Greek restaurant behind that. So let's go take a little. Got a kids club right there, which is cool for the kids. don't want to really go around recording kids, so we'll come into this nice shaded area. It's a bit like a little farm, if you like, little scenes with animals in. You can play chess. It's a little stream here, a little bit of a kiddies park, and that's kind of like the Greek restaurant over there. And this is all still part of the Cavo Maris complex. So there's an Italian restaurant right here. There's like a walkway which kind of takes you through to different parts. So as we look at the hotel from this angle, you can see that's like the main block there, and then the block that we're in is kind of like the other side of this block here. So these are kind of like the sea views. So it all really depends on what kind of room you choose. You can pick and choose your own type of room. But here's a view from the back. So the sunbeds, the sunbeds really close to the front of the pool get taken up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, which is pretty ridiculous. But you can get, the time of day now is like 11 o'clock and there's still plenty of these beds available. And sometimes I kind of prefer these because it's a more chilled out sort of zone. And then what you can do is you've got an even more, well, I say even more, it's just as chilled really. But this again is all part of the hotel, so it kind of splits with this walkway, and you can come down here and then you can get more chilled out grassy area lounges. I don't know if you can see that further up there, but there's loads available. We've never not been able to get a lounger. Just depends on how early you're willing to get up, I suppose. But if we come down here, more lounges. There's like a grill and bar over there, and then there's another kind of sea restaurant there, and then this is the little beach area. Now I'm not sure if this is exclusive to Cavo Maris residents. I don't think it is, but there's like a nice beachy area, and there's just behind here there's like a water sports area. You can't really make it out, but you can see some of the lilos right there, and on the other side they've got like power boats, jet skis, and you can see some of the boats going out in any case. So that is the little seaside area. What else do I need to show you? Another view of the hotel from kind of down this area. In the hallway they've got a drinking water fountain, and we come all the way along the hallway and I'll show you our bedroom. So this is our room, 237. I do apologise because it is quite dirty, so what you need to do is put your key against there and you hear a little click, and you simply push the door open, and I'm going to turn the lights on. You might get a bit of thingy, whatever. So yeah, this is the room. Now I do apologise, like I say, we are ready to go home and it's so dirty, well, it's so messy, should I say. So what I'll do is I'll show you first of all, this is like a mirrored wardrobe. So you've got wardrobe space top and bottom. You can kind of swing that along. These swing back and forwards either way. You've got a mirror area, and then you've got more storage. You get a robe, you get little slippers, more blankets, you get a safe which you can program yourself, that is free, and then you've got lots of drawers for clothes space. You've got a little kettle area where you can make drinks, tea and coffee, milk is provided, and you've got a little fridge. The fridge is really small, but it serves its purpose for, you know, putting water in there. And then we've got the bathroom, which is quite small, but our bathroom light has kind of just died yesterday, so that there'll be a bigger light which comes on there, which is a lot better. But you've got a main mirror, like a magnified mirror, then your tap area. These are all provided, like shower gel, wash gel, shower caps, vanity kits, things like that. Toilet area, and then you've got a shower area as well. It's all nicely done. Like I say, it's all freshly refurbished. These doors are a bit strange because they're kind of like, do they call it opaque? Can't remember. Well, you can't see through them, but it's a bit weird. Then these are like if you've got adjoining rooms. So there's a door here which we can't open because we haven't got an adjoining room. So there's a door here, and on the other side of this there'll be another door going into the next room. You guys know how hotel rooms work. This is, so our son was sleeping in this bed. This was out like this when we came, but I've just realised it's like it seems to be like a sofa bed or a seat. So it's the first time I've done this, so I do apologise, but there we go. That's quite cool. So you've got a seat as well, and then you've got two like single beds which have been pushed together. A little table, bin, little desk area, TV which is quite good. We've got like YouTube. You can put your apps on. Well, there's not much in the way of apps actually. It's YouTube or not much else. You've got two drawers. You've got USB sockets. You got like control panels, you've got USBs, and these are English plugs as well. So let's have a look on the panel here. You can do all of your lights, you can do your air conditioning from here, put on do not disturb, things like that. And it's really, really well decorated. Now we'll go outside and have a look at the balcony area and show you our view. So you've got space to dry clothes, towels. I wouldn't recommend putting towels over there because we lost one of my son's towels and we never got it back, simply because when it's windy, and sometimes it does get a little bit windy, there's nothing really for you to tuck the towel into. It's kind of like it's all sealed here. So use this, don't use that for towels. But that's the view. We've got pool floaties, two chairs. You can probably get another chair if you wanted, and a table. You can sit out here and have a nice cup of coffee or whatever you want. And then this is the view that we have. So we've got tennis courts, we've got a sea view. This is the back end of the hotel, as you can kind of see. And then down here we've got tennis court. Well, sorry, the tennis courts are there. Mini golf course, table tennis. Sometimes the kids will come on here. It's never used through the day. This is only really used kind of like I would say probably 5, 6, 7 o'clock, because it's just too hot through the day to come out and have a game of tennis, or you've got football goals there, so it's too hot to come out and have a game of football. And then over that side, just more hotels, few mountains in the distance, and yeah, it's a really nice view. But the rooms themselves, as I say, I think they're really good. You can tell that they have just been renovated because they are nice and clean. There's no sort of minging parts, horrible parts or anything like that. It's all just really nicely done. So that's the room. So down this little area to the left hand side of the hotel is a spa, fitness centre, indoor swimming pool and beauty salon. It's not. So that's like an indoor pool, which is good if you've maybe caught the sun. And then through those doors over there's like a little bit of a fitness centre, beauty salon where you can go get a massage. You can see something over there. I'm sure you can pick all this up from the pictures. And as you come down from the pool area, what we see here is a Lilo room. It's a little room which has lots of pool floaties in that you can just take, so you don't need to go to the shop and buy any yourself. Generally, obviously, you've got people coming and going, so this is kind of, some days it's low, some days there's lots of stuff in. We'll be putting all of our stuff back in here today because we're leaving, but it's a really, really good addition. As we come around the corner here, we've got some toilets there, ladies there, men's just there, and the kids' playroom, which is cool. Outrun, what a game. So at least there's a little bit of something to keep the kiddies entertained. There's a little cover area here where you exchange your towels. So if you need to change your towels, you get your blue towels for free. You hand them back at the end of your holiday, but also you can change them throughout your stay if they are getting a little bit dirty and you need to replace them. So we're now coming into the restaurant area, and we're just going to go and have a look at the selection of, see what's available for breakfast. So we've got nice breads. Selection of cereals, honey, and then lots of cooked foods. Cheese, bacon, scrambled eggs, fried eggs, omelette. Healthy options. Unhealthy options. Cakes. Ice cream. Ice cream tubs. Orange. Then you can either sit inside or you can also come outside. Sit up there or down here. On the left hand side is where you get all your teas, coffees, lattes, cappuccinos. There's also a section for that in there as well. Fruit juices. And so at 11 o'clock daily we have water aerobics on, which runs for about half an hour. Just right in this little area here, which you should be able to see on screen, which I recorded at a different time, but it's actually due to start, but I'm not going to show it. I'm going to overlay it because I don't want the music to get a copyright strike, because they do kind of play sort of like current and really cool music while this is all going on. So it's just basic stuff which everyone gets involved with, and then they get some pool noodles out as well, and it runs for about half an hour. You know, kids can get involved, and that's pretty much the only entertainment that there's on through the day. After that, there's no music and there's no real pool entertainment. You've kind of just got to make your own fun. But I would say during the busy parts of the day, like I say, it's just coming up to 11 o'clock now, and the pool is quite busy already. And that's one of the drawbacks of this pool. I think the pool does get really, really busy, and sometimes you're kind of like, you can't really stretch your arms out either side and not touch anybody. So just be mindful of that. I think if it had a separate area for like slides and things, then this kind of pool would empty out, because obviously, you know, everybody wants to get in the pool and it's nobody's fault. You know, everyone wants to keep cool, everyone wants to have fun and enjoy themselves in the pool. It's just, I think the pool is maybe a little bit too small for the amount of people that are actually using it. But anyway, there we go. I'm not sure, I think I've kind of covered everything. I hope I've covered everything, but if not, I'll come back on and I'll do something else. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed the tour of the Cavo Maris Hotel. We've stayed here for 11 nights. It's a really, really good hotel. We've really enjoyed it, and we would definitely stay here again. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Oh, I've just spotted the wife. Let me see if I can zoom in. Got this little camera here. I can zoom in. She's just swimming. Is that her? Swimming away there. She doesn't know I'm recording. And there's my son as well on that round Hawaiian style donut ring. Let's see if I can get their attention. Oh, there we go. She's waving. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.